हम अपने प्रोग्राम में आपके लिए कल्चरल सेगमेंट में, रिलीजियस सेगमेंट में कुछ ना कुछ जानकारी लाते हैं अलग अलग कल्चरल प्रैक्टिसेस की। रिलीजन, धर्म का मतलब क्या है हमारे लिए, दुनिया भर की सैर आपको कराते हैं जहाँ पर दिखाते हैं कि रिलीजियस लैंडमार्क्स किस किस तरह के हैं वहाँ पर। आज हम एक इंटरेस्टिंग सा एक इंटरव्यू लेकर आ रहे हैं आपके लिए। हम बात कर रहे हैं जेसी और लेहल से, जिन्होंने एक प्रोजेक्ट शुरू किया है जिसका नाम है कौर प्रोजेक्ट। शायद आपने कुछ लोगों ने उसके बारे में सुना होगा, तो आइए उसके बारे में कुछ जानकारी लेते हैं। सो जेसी, वेलकम टू आवर शो।
Thank you for having me.
So Jessie, tell me a little bit about the core project. When did it start and what exactly is it?
Okay, myself and my and the co-founder Saji Sahoda, we met by fluke last year. We went for coffee, and she had kind of started something with Core Project, but she wasn't really sure the direction that she wanted to get into. My own background है very academic focused, so मैं चाहती सी कि कुछ ना कुछ होवे जिहड़ा core आंदा फायदा ले in some creative way. So when Saji and I had our conversation, we decided to have a research type format for our showcasing of cores in a very interesting way. So ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ, we were both interested in Humans of New York, a very popular website that has captions of interesting stories and photographs. So we wanted to look at cores in various lenses. ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਆ core ਵਾਲੇ, you always just think very religious.
So Jessie, what does core mean when you say core?
Okay, so cores are a community of women who are, our religion is Sikhism, and we all share the middle name Kaur, just like men share Singhs.
So so when you talk about that, like why is that important कि core ना दा तुसी क्यों सोचा कि project करना चाहिए है? Like, well, because you've talked about racism, you sort of talk about gender, so थोड़े जो उधर बारे में बताओ.
Sure. Academically for me, when I was looking and doing my research, I found, and it's quite apparent, that ਜਦੋਂ 9/11 ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ, that Sikh men were targeted as terrorists. Currently Waris Aliwalia was just kind of indicated that he was a terrorist and he wasn't allowed to board a plane. However, that's not the case.
Yeah.
So when that happened, it's almost like, which is a good thing in one regard, that cores, the women within the Sikh community, gave up their voices on their own issues to support the men who are Singhs. So, the Singh terrorism that's happening is continuing on. And as cores, we need to support them 100%.
Right.
However, we can't allow our voices to diminish either.
Right.
So Core Project is really to look at how all these cores, they have, we've been at it for almost a year now. Our year anniversary is about to come up, and we've showcased so many cores. It's amazing, and their stories, are gripping and interesting. However, when I researched the themes and kind of have categorized them for our year anniversary, I've seen some commonalities. There is a lot of, there is violence, there is colonialism themes, family issues, there's also empowerment, so it's a good and bad. However, when people are looking at cores, it's very challenging for them to see what is a core, they may think of it as someone who is Amarshakt or has a dastar, or somebody they're unsure of what their identity is.
Right.
And it's a wide spectrum of what a core can be defined as. I have cut hair, I eat meat. That doesn't make me any less a core than someone who doesn't do those things.
And थोड़ा जैसी इदी significance से बारिश दसो, because core जब middle name या last name was suggested, or I'm not of the Sikh religion, so you'll have to educate me a little bit on that. So uda ki matlab sega, because I think you talked a little bit about making it something that's equal, so that that's almost like a last name, so there's no differences, like it's puts everyone on an equal level. So tell us a little bit about the background, like how did the word Kaur come up?
Sure. So it originates in Sikhi. One of the gurus had thought, at that time, that women should be independent. They should not have to have their father's names, their family names, and they shouldn't have to have their husband's names. So this allows, it's within Sikhi that we're allowed, it is contextualized that we can be independent. We are our own people. So I think with history, culture, changes, maybe even modernization, that independence, that ability to have that empowerment and own our identity and our self-worth has kind of washed at some points. And this project, I have to tell you, Sonia, it's been overwhelming. The details of how these women share their stories. Saji does an amazing job with the photography, and she welcomes the women, takes their pictures, which is in itself, as a shy person myself, challenging to be in front of the camera. But on my end, when I get to hear these stories, I've heard such intimate, detailed stories that these women, are entrusting Saji and I to share their stories with us, and we had the most amazing experience right before Christmas. We had showcased a woman who works with domestic violence victims. So when they have no place to go, she allows them to, and kind of creates a path so that they can get help at a safe house within the Lower Mainland. I guess when we posted the story, one woman who was in a dire straits kind of situation, she couldn't directly call for help or didn't know what to do. She saw the story, she connected with that support worker. She's in a safe house, and we've, because of Core Project, it's led to something amazing. And Saji and I, we had met up a couple of weeks ago, and we were like, we didn't need presents. That was our present for Christmas. That we were able to help someone in some way. This platform of sharing, community, and women can look at one another and go, you know what, you're not that different from me. We share this commonality.
So Jessie, je koi apni story share karna chahta hai, or they want to be showcased, can they get in touch with you, or how do you work?
Oh, for sure. We're open to anyone who wants to share their stories. Our tagline or motto is every core has a story, and we want to hear yours. So if you visit coreproject.com, there is a contact form in there. Connect with us. Saji and I are very quick to connect with cores. And like I noted before, it's our 1-year anniversary coming up in April-ish. We're going to be expanding now into UK and into the US, and we're also going to be working on an event here that gets all the cores that we've showcased in one room and continue on with the storytelling.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessie. That's really amazing work, and that is true empowerment. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.